Welcome back, Money Team. This is Mad Money Shot, sniffing out the college cheese and Madden cheese as always. In today's video, I got a lot more news and rumors about both games. It's becoming more and more apparent that both of these games are going to share a lot of the same features, as it seems like EA is making these games closer and closer together as far as how they play. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Now, I'm going to go over something that just broke about an hour ago, and that is Saquon Barkley is officially now on the cover of Madden 26, which is something that I reported from a video, I want to say like 3 weeks ago, that a lot of people thought that was a fake Twitter account, where it actually was. It was Adam Scheffler instead of Adam Schefter that put out a tweet, but it was so convincing because, let's be honest, most people thought that Saquon Barkley was probably going to be on the cover anyway, that even though that was a fake tweet and a fake account, I decided to leave that video up because I knew that Saquon Barkley was still going to be on the cover. It didn't really matter where the source was. We all know that after the year that Saquon Barkley had, that there really was no other option. I mean, he had probably the best year in NFL history when it comes to a running back, most rushing yards in a complete season, won the Super Bowl, did it as a free agent, first time on a team. I mean, it was just a magical year, and there really is no other answer for a player to put on the cover. So Saquon Barkley officially on the cover of Madden 26, and he also officially becomes the first member of the 99 club for Madden 26, as they gave him a 99 overall rating, something that I argue he should have had in last year's game when they ended the year as Super Bowl champion, as Offensive Player of the Year, as a player that broke the record for most rushing yards in a complete season. He should have been a 99 overall already, but they ended the year with him at a 98. So now that he graced the cover, they give him that extra point boost, and he'll be the first 99 overall member of the game. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that because, like I said, that was just too obvious, and I already made a video about it a long time ago. So we're going to continue on. We're going to start off with college football, some small news, but it might be big news depending on what team you follow or what team you're a fan of in the game, as there's been a few new songs that have been confirmed in the game, like Darude Sandstorm for South Carolina, Mr. Brightside for Michigan, Shipping Up to Boston for Notre Dame, as well as Seven Nation Army for Penn State, and Fiend by Travis Scott, which I hear a lot of teams actually use. Won't Back Down is one that's in question for Florida by Tom Petty, which is something that is rumored to potentially be in the game but has not been confirmed yet. Now, I also have some things that I can't really put into the confirmed category, but some rumors about gameplay, one of which is something that they designed for people that like to use defensive linemen. The rumor is, or I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not, but it's something that I saw from another video where they were suggesting that if you have a highly rated defensive lineman and you're using a highly rated defensive lineman, that you'll actually have the ability to steer an offensive lineman before you choose to use whatever pass rush move you want to disengage. So if you want to steer them to the outside before using a pass rush move inside, you might be able to do that with the right stick. It wasn't really clear how this was going to be done, but I thought this was an interesting rumor to give to people based off the fact that it's still potential that Road to Glory adds some positions, and if defensive lineman's one of the ones that they have, that might make more sense while they added a function to allow you to steer offensive linemen before ultimately disengaging with them, which I think would give something to people that like to use their defensive linemen a nice addition to all the things that they already can do. Because for my money, it's not really the best idea to use your defensive lineman anyway. It's probably best to use a linebacker or safety in the middle of the field, but ultimately this is something that could make it more of a potential way for players that like to use their defensive lineman to actually control plays and control the game a little bit more. Now, the next feature that I'm going to go over is something that's already confirmed in Madden 26, which is going to be QB DNA, but it's being rumored that this is also going to be in College Football 26, and considering that we already saw some of the features in the gameplay trailer, I think it's pretty close to being confirmed. If you watch the reveal trailer that came out, we saw Bryce Underwood do a spin move in the pocket before throwing a ball downfield. He might not have really been in the pocket, but he kind of rolled out of the pocket. It looks like somebody might have clicked the button. We really don't know what you're going to have to do yet to be able to manage to be able to do ball carrying moves in the pocket, but he did a spin move, and then he went back to the point where he could pass, and he threw a ball down the field. That's something that is part of the QB DNA structure, where basically it says some of the quarterback's DNA features are signature ball carrier moves in the pocket, signature quarterback holds, full animation arm angles on the run, and it says also that quarterback height changes, vision, and passing windows. So basically the quarterback's height is going to really be important when it comes to throwing the balls. It goes a little bit deeper in the next article here, where it says mobile quarterbacks, especially those with above average size, will be much more impactful in the new game. So think of guys like Josh Allen, who's 6'5" and extremely mobile. He's probably going to be a cheat code in both Madden 26 and whatever the equivalent would be in college football 26. Somebody with really good height and mobility is going to have much more effect on the entire game than somebody who's like a shorter quarterback, like a Kyler Murray or something like that. So that's something to definitely be aware of, is we don't necessarily have full information on that, but it's still really interesting to see that there's going to be some new feature around the quarterback that's really going to affect how easy it is to play with the quarterback based off of things like their height, which is something that's, you know, really interesting to say the least. Another gameplay function that we saw a lot in the trailer was the ability to extend the ball or try to reach for the goal line or a first down marker, which is something that's been in Madden in the past. It kind of just triggers on its own, but there's been some people suggesting that this could be a function that is similar to tackle battles, where there might be more of an element of control where you might have to spam the A or X button, depending on what console you are, to make that offensive player reach out for whatever the down and distance is, whether it's first down or a touchdown. Which is something I think would definitely be cool. Now, we have a couple of other shared features when it comes to Dynasty / franchise mode, where there was a tweet put out by Kurt Benkert, who I made a video about how he put out a lot of information that he wasn't necessarily supposed to on his Twitter account or on his X account, suggesting some features that he actually had to remove based off the fact that EA didn't want that information out yet. Well, one of the things that he recently tweeted was somebody had posted if wear and tear was coming to Madden, and they didn't comment on it, but he made a point to share that tweet with a picture of this meme here, basically suggesting that, you know, he wouldn't have made this point if it wasn't going to be coming out. So basically, I think that this tweet is designed to say that, yeah, wear and tear is coming to Madden, especially when it comes to franchise mode, I would imagine, compared to just regular gameplay. But season-long wear and tear in franchise mode makes a lot of sense, since they already have like a fatigue meter in franchise mode. And this tweet really, to me, is designed to basically confirm, without saying anything because he's not allowed to, that wear and tear is most likely coming to Madden, which really is the theme of this video. A lot of the stuff I'm going over here, it just seems like they're trying to combine the two games. You're getting features that are going from one game to the other, like wear and tear going to Madden, or QBDNA going from Madden to college football. It just seems like they're trying to make these two games very similar, which isn't necessarily something I know a lot of people want to hear, because the people that play college football don't want anything to do with Madden. The people who play Madden don't want anything to do with college football. But it seems, like I said, they're making these very similar based off of a lot of the features that they're adding. Now, he also shared a similar tweet when somebody asks, what about the field changes, like how you edit the uniforms to be throwbacks, but the home field stays the same? I would love to have an option of changing the field to match the throwback unis. And he used the exact same GIF, which to me, like I said, it says like he wants to speak on it, but he's not allowed to, based off the fact that he already got in trouble for tweeting out too much. So him just highlighting these tweets makes me think that they're going to be in the game based off the fact, but once again, no confirmation. This is basically just in the rumor territory at this point. Now, as far as college football is concerned, there is a little bit more information about improvements to the wear and tear system, or rather new metrics when it comes to the wear and tear system, where basically they're going to have a season-long wear and tear meter when you're playing Dynasty, similar to the fatigue meter in Madden once again, where if that meter fills up for the season, it will prevent that player from recovering any longer after wear and tear in certain game, in basically any game that he's playing in at that point. So this is something that's not necessarily confirmed. This is a rumor, but this is something that you should be on the lookout for if you're going to be playing a season-long game. Obviously, you have the ability to take this off in the settings, but if you like to play the game as it's designed, you will have potentially a season-long wear and tear meter that once it's filled up on a player, that player will not be able to recover in games anymore, which is something that I think some people might not like. Now, we also have some more information on Road to Glory. Basically, you won't play full high school games in Road to Glory. You'll just play selected moments, which is something that I think some people might be concerned with. But I think if you go back to like NBA 2K in high school and stuff like that. I don't think you play full games in that either. But you'll basically be playing selected moments, and each successful moment will increase the team's interest. You can commit and decommit at any time, which is something I went over in a previous video. But you can also shrink your list from 10 teams to 3 teams for the hat ceremony. And during the hat ceremony, you can even fake out a team by throwing the hat off the table before selecting them, which I think is a very cool touch, and kind of goes back to some of the tweets that we saw about how you can just tell that the developers of college football love their job, because that's a really cool touch. The fact that you can fake out a team and you can do things like that before ultimately selecting that team. It just shows that nice, little bit of touch that they're trying to put onto these things, which I think is very cool. So I'm going to end the video there, as I don't have any more new information, but there was a lot more information that I went over in the last video. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll have that pop up on the screen right now. So just click the links. And until next time, thanks for watching, man. Wish it out.
Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.